Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinwenwoke and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in United Kingdom. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, you're welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and welcome back to today's video. So on today's video, I'm going to be preparing a very mouth-watering dish from the eastern part of Nigeria. And it's no other than a soup called bitter leaf soup or Onugbu in my dialect. So I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria and I'm bringing you one of our very popular soups from the eastern part. To prepare our Onugbu, we'll be using the following ingredients. So I've got here my chicken. I've got my chicken which we'll be using for today's soup. And I've got my stockfish which we'll be using. I've got here my oxtail which we'll also be using for today's preparation. I've got my momo here and all of my meat has already been boiled. I found it easier that way and that's why I've parboiled them before my presentation. I've also got here my shaki. I've got some stock and I've got a little more in the pot which we'll be using for our soup today. I've got a cup of oil as well which we'll be using for our soup. I've got my crayfish to taste. I've got my dry fish. I'll be making use of some bouillon cubes and I've sprinkled some salt in it. I've got my dry fish as well which I'll be using. Here is powdered cocoyam powder. So this is cocoyam powder and that's what I'll be using as the thickener for my soup. And since I found this, I don't bother anymore about what will I use to thicken my soup. It's a really good thing to use. So all I'll be doing is to add water into it and get it into a paste form, and then I'll be adding it into my stock to thicken the soup because Onugbu is usually thick. This is the product I'm using. Is the fufu flour, and this is made in Ghana, I think, and it's been serving the purpose for me. So in case you want to try it out, it's a very good one to use for your oha soup, your nsala soup, your Onugbu. The last but not the least ingredient which I'll be using and is our main ingredient for this soup is our bitter leaf. So this is my bitter leaf. I've already washed it and blanched it. So to blanch your vegetable, all you need to do is to boil some water and then dip in your dried leaves into that water for about 2 to 5 minutes. So I've done this for 5 minutes because bitter leaf is usually a bit tougher than other leaves. So I've soaked it in for 5 minutes and then after 5 minutes I just took it off and washed it with cold water, and the cold water will help to stop the cooking process as well. So this is it. So come along with me as we prepare our Onugbu. So guys, it's time to prepare our Onugbu and this is the stock on the fire. So I'm just going to be adding some more crayfish to season my stock. I would also be adding in some more pepper to season in my stock. And I'll be adding some more bouillon cubes to season my stock. The next thing I'll be adding in is just a cup of oil. Like I always say, I do not use a lot of palm oil to cook because palm oil has a lot of cholesterol in it. So you don't want to abuse its use. So I use palm oil to taste and not for color. If I need my soup to be more colorful, what I use is the atarodo to give it more color rather than palm oil. So you want to, for health benefits, not use too much of palm oil when cooking. So this is it now. I've added in my palm oil. The next thing I'll be adding in is my cocoyam paste. So I added some water into it and got it into this consistency, and I'm just going to be dropping it into my stock, and I'll allow it to boil for 5 minutes. So friends, this is 5 minutes later, and just take a look at the consistency. My stock has thickened up thanks to the cocoyam that I used. So what I'm going to be doing next is to add in my condiments, so my meat, my stockfish, my omo, my oxtail, my shaki, some dry fish, and I'm just going to combine it nicely. So I pre-cooked my meat before now, so it makes it so easy to combine everything. So in another 5 minutes, my ofe onugbu should be ready. The last thing I'm going to be adding in now is my leaf. So this is my bitter leaf. Because it's not always available here, I usually get it sent by my mom dried. All I do is I blanch it and I wash it properly. So usually people make use of ogiri for their bitter leaf soup. However, because my husband does not like the smell of ogiri, I have left that particular ingredient out of my preparation. But ogiri actually gives the onugbu soup another kind of taste. But it's not compulsory because not everybody likes ogiri. So it's an optional ingredient to use to prepare your bitter leaf soup. And as you can see, my bitter leaf is coming together. So guys, this is 10 minutes later. I've allowed my soup to boil on low heat for 10 minutes, and just to also allow the leaf to soften up some more. And this is it, our soup is ready. This is very, very easy to prepare. If you enjoyed watching this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, kindly smash on that red subscribe button for me, my friends, and kindly share this video with your family and your friends. And until next time, thank you for watching. I love you all. Bye.